Like,
All right. What you guys want to talk about?
All the things.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything
name one.
about you guys. That's what
Yes.
we want
Oh,
to
Yeah.
God. Not me personally.
My favorite.
Well,
know.
I
No,
got
you
some.
personally and the
Yeah,
character.
I have
Yeah,
some
we
personal
got it all.
questions as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure. First, I'd like to say the show is amazing. So again,
Yay.
got your flowers with that.
Thank you.
A question that I wanted to know, and I was so excited when I got to meet the cast, is if you guys were a part of a real hunting party, which serial killers would you go after and why?
Oh God. Which serial? What's the? Do we have is it multiple choice?
It's
Like what's?
any fair game. So you can do multiple, you can do one that you really
Like, of the people we've hunted,
know,
or
real
just, okay,
real
okay.
serial killers.
Oh,
Who would you go after and why?
I mean,
jeez.
there's a guy. I remember reading this article in Maxim magazine. Who reads the articles in that thing?
You
Yeah,
apparently.
I like the articles. I just get rid of the rest of
You,
that.
you got me that there is still a Max magazine.
Well,
Yeah.
no. This was back when there was. I don't even know if there is. I don't know. But so I read this in an old issue about this guy called the Toy Box Killer, and what he did is the most horrific stuff.
Yeah, I know about
It's so dark and up. So I would want to get that guy. He's already dead.
yeah,
Like, I think his like heart got him or whatever. But yeah, I want to take that guy down.
yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm stumped. I don't know. I don't play favorites or discriminate that like that.
Sure.
Like, if that's your thing, I'm coming for you. And like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I love that you said the Toy Box Killer. That lets me know you're a real true crime fan.
Yeah, because they haven't done a documentary about that guy yet,
No, they haven't.
and what he's done is fucked.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about the dynamics between your two characters as it progresses
Ooh.
on through the season, because it seems like you guys don't like each other, but you're sitting here like you guys do like each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is acting.
this is the act part. No, actually, I do love working with him because I think we both uh, vehemently defend our characters' point of view,
Mm.
and we kind of enjoy that tension. At least I do. I don't
Yeah.
want to speak for him, but like, uh, I I do get fixated on the mistrust that Hassani has for Odell, uh, even when there are moments where we're being encouraged to like, yeah, maybe you guys come together on this. I'm like, maybe,
Yeah.
but
But maybe I have my
maybe,
gun out when
but maybe I'm
maybe I
just
only
out of
walk
frame.
behind him.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
yeah yeah yeah. I mean, I think like it starts to ramp up, like the tension ramps up, um, because at first you're whispering in her ear stuff about me,
Hmm.
and it's kind of hidden. Then it starts to get to a boiling point where like it's it feels like you're letting me know, like you're letting me know at a certain point. Um, and then yeah, I mean, there's also moments like you said where we might see them come together a bit. Because yeah, we have common enemies.
I think that's also like a common dynamic in an operation like this where the stakes are so high that you just have to tolerate the people that you're teamed up with, whether you trust them or not, because the mission kind of dominates the dynamic. Um, so I think, at least for Hassani, I think he's used to operating in that kind of mistrustful environment.
So you're saying you're only a team because you have a common goal, but not necessarily.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
yeah
yeah. I don't think Hassani has much tolerance for
yeah.
any of his bullshit.
Speaking piggyback off that, is there still information or matters still being pursued between each character? It's like we guys just meant to trust each other and everything. We're gonna get something that's like, ooh, that's gonna hurt that trust and characters.
That's interesting from a perspective because I'm not 100% on what the audience knows and what they don't.
Yeah, F8 just aired. F8 is where
We discovered that A.G. Mallory was hanging out with Homeboy with the
right.
chemical company, and so I think that we've gotten to the end of what Hassani knew and thought he knew, but I'm pretty sure that Odell is in the AG's pocket and is privy to information that I still don't have.
That.
I have the question. You are an actor and you've done stunts and you also kind of taught theater.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Yeah.
curious, in the practical performance of it all, is there something that you wish people that are coming into the industry, whether live theater or on TV, knew more or like focus more? 'Cause, like so much education is about like certain prescribed things. Is there anything in particular that you're like, I wish people knew or could focus more on this to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, I teach a lot, and I think I've tried to distill it for myself. Like, what is the one thing? And it's you have to just fall in love with immersing yourself and embodying the story. And like, if you're gonna tell stories where they sword fight, you have to like love. You have to fall in love with sword fighting. If it's a psychological thriller, like you have to get into psychology. If it's heightened language, you have to fall in love the with the language. So if you fall in love with like the gift that you have as an artist is to be able to experience more dimensions of life, then learning new skills, learning new languages, vocabularies is the thing. And the story is your guide to learning more about the world you live in. So I think we get fixated either on our ego and we want to be validated and get the big job, or we get fixated on the one thing. Oh, I do this. I'm this kind of actor. Um, and so I think anybody coming into this career needs to just fall in love with stepping into stories, and then uh, everything falls into place after that.
And just to add that to that, even though I don't do what you do, I would encourage people to like something. One of my one of my favorite things. Like once I actually have to act, I start to get like, oh well, now I'm nervous and whatever. But I love extracting information from the thing about the character and like trying to find consistencies and making sure I understand the thesis of the thing and how I can serve it and all that stuff. So that process feels like um, it's like it. I would encourage people to try to love that too. You
The
know?
detective work,
Yeah, yeah,
figuring it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Great. Thank you. To kind of piggyback off of what you said, you guys talk about loving your role and bringing that to work. What about this role in this show? So I find it very interesting from other crime shows that like they were already captured and now you have to recapture them. So
Yeah.
what about that have you brought to your role here? Like because it's so untraditional than what we typically see from crime shows or psychological.
Yeah, I mean, what's present for me and Hassani in that is that he can't think one step ahead of the killers, and so he has to rely on the psychological profilers and has to rely on Bex, uh, because his skill set um, is catching them uh, when the circumstances are just different.
Right.
Now it's like internal. We're trying to figure out their psychology and why and what their next step will be. Uh, you know, so yeah, I think he's not ideally equipped for exactly this mission, and that's why he has to rely on his teammates.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because I can't do what I normally do because I'm like because they're each episode seems like they often start with me catching the team up on, hey, this is the killer, this is what their MO was, this is their psychology, this is their history. But a lot of that doesn't apply now because they've changed, because these experiments were done on them in the pit that made them worse. So once they're released, it's like they're they're just going off the rails, killing like crazy. And there's a hint of their old MO maybe, but they might kill in new ways. It might be they're going off their thing. So I don't know. That's been fun. Like to I don't know. It's like we're all hamstrung, you even though we have our areas of expertise.
Why doesn't Odell? Go ahead. I was going to say, why doesn't Odell go out on the field with Bex more often? Because he's so
Yeah.
good on
It's a question for.
Can you see them?
Or should I just ask the producer that?
Um,
Like that's the question.
Yeah.
Um,
It's I don't I think we need somebody. Hey, there he is.
We didn't give it away, I promise.
We're just talking about
We were
it.
just
we were
talking.
just getting there. Oh man, no, I'm just kidding.
Um,
We actually have to.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's right.
just one more.
Oh no, it was just more of when you guys get the script, do you kind of know what's going into it? Because the last episode, 8, something happens to Bex. I don't want to give anything away because I don't know who's watched what. But did you guys kind of know what was going to happen, or did they just kind of hide things from you and then you're like, oh crap, here we go?
Wait, what happens?
In 8
With Doctor.
with Dr. Malik.
Yeah.
Oh,
The,
we do get sometimes.
like a little taste, like a little bit of
If
what
there's
they-
something you need to know,
Wait, in episode 8,
Yeah.
or maybe that
He obviously doesn't.
Wait, it's 8, right?
what
Dr.
happens?
Malik.
Yeah.
I think that's 7. No.
Was it
No,
7? I thought it was 8.
Malik was like 4. I'm confused.
Anyway, never
The-
mind.
the-
But when it
They
any
do
episode.
control a lot of information. We don't get
Okay.
like in terms of like the bigger arc and piecing together like what's happening at the pit, and if something happens to one of our individual characters, they do control a lot of that so that we
Gotcha.
have to discover
Yeah,
it.
and I may have been missing or messing up the character names, but I mean, it's
Yes.
I
Yeah.
got so
Yeah.
hung up that I don't even know what the question was. Remind me of the question.
no, it's totally fine. You guys have to move on, but I appreciate it. But I was just gonna say you guys are great actors, so I was like, how much of great
Do we
acting
know?
are you? Are you just playing with us, or so no, that
We
was
can
the perfect
see
answer.
this is what we're like now, and
This is what we're actually
there's
like.
nothing.
Yeah,
What our,
you guys are super chill. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
guys
it.
too. I was going to order us around, but they're not allowing it, so.
Thank you.
sorry, we can't just hang and hang.
Sorry, we didn't go over.